pal Spider-Man. Morning, Cadre, it's KJ. I decided to forego the Shemag. Throat's kind of healing up a little bit better, swelling's going down. I've only got a little bit of the sticky stuff still on my incision. That's why it's a little dark right there. But it's getting better, so I think it's not too bad. Not going to be as much of a distraction, so we'll just run with it. Fun fact for the cadre about my shirt. If you don't recognize this or can't tell exactly what it says Alien, and it has the alien from the movies in the back, also known as the Xenomorph. So I got this shirt from the Sumo auction last year, but this shirt was donated to the auction by our own Xeno Straight Shaver Dave. So I'm wearing my Dave shirt today. Today, to go along with the Tabacaveg, I'm going to be using my CBL Tabacaveg. Just really, really good scent. If I recall, Chris said he actually uses the veg in it for that portion, but for the tobacco portion, he uses some other oils. Also going to be using again my new 30mm Paladin Jack. I'm a little afraid to put this on my CBL soaps because this thing is a soap killer. I don't want to kill my CBL soaps. But alright, we'll see what that gets us. I'm sure that was a pretty short load time, but should do. I definitely like to come at soaps with a drier brush, and then add water later if I need it, which Chris's soaps come together pretty easily. Could use a little bit more soap, just because, like I said, this thing is a lather hog. A normal brush, that probably would have been just enough, which means I'm going to overuse my soap today because of the just because of the brush, but that's okay. There's always more CBL soap, right? I've got a pretty healthy stock of at least two of my favorite scents, the Oatmeal Stout and the Dragon's Blood. While I'm thinking about Dragon's Blood, I did get a mail call the other day. I know I posted about it in somewhere. But I did get Dragon's Blood and Fall Leaves from Mama Bears. And these are both really, really good scents. Dragon's Blood is very similar to Chris's Dragon's Blood, but it's a little bit different. And this was actually the first Dragon's Blood product I ever used. I just wasn't using the Mama Bear soap as much as I had been using other soaps. And so I piffed away the rest of it and almost regretted it after I did, because I did really enjoy the Dragon's Blood scent. And then Chris got me back on the Dragon's Blood kick, and I just had to have it again because it's such a good scent. And the Fall Leaves, I've always wanted good fall leaf kind of scent. And she had a few that kind of sounded like they were gonna be right. And I picked the right one. This is exactly what I wanted in a fall leaf, kind of smells like the rain hitting a pile of leaves type scent. It's not overly florally or anything else, which is kind of what I worried about with some of her other scents. She had a couple others that were in that same realm, but she mentioned specifically that some of them had some floral notes, and I wanted to avoid that. So I made the right choice. Today for Open Comb October, I'm going to be using another old type. This one, I'm sure you're not going to be able to see it on the camera. I don't know if I can get that to focus in on there. But on the bottom, it says Property U.S. Army. The serial number on the inside is a J code, which means this is a 1918 military issued World War I razor. So this is 100 years old, and an actual piece of military history. And again, one of my favorite old types. And one of the more milder old types too. So I've got a small collection of military razors, and I'll probably dig out another one of them for tomorrow's shave, but I'll leave that a secret. But a lot of people collect the khaki sets, but the khaki set was not an issue item. Khaki set was something that a family member or a spouse would purchase for the military member as a gift. This was actually on contract by the Army from Gillette and was an issue item. So I think this is one of the coolest razors I have for that reason. And it's a really good shaver, very mild. So I've got a few more Gillettes in the queue for Open Comb. And then after I get through the Gillettes, we'll start working through some other brands and see, because I want to get through some of the more rare, unusual razors that don't get a lot of use. And once I get through those, should still have some time left in the month to go to some single edge open comb razors. I know I've got a Open Comb Damascene gem, which is a pretty rare razor. And then of course you got your Micromatic open combs. thing I'll say from the sidelines is I can't believe y'all have not given me a hard time about painting my nails. I figure one of three things. Either you give me a pass because I just had surgery, or you just figure, well, it's October, it's Halloween, whatever, or nothing I do surprises you anymore. Could be any of those. Could be all of them, I don't know. But even when I went to bingo and was hanging out with all the guys with the VFW, nobody said anything, which there's a few people there that'll call you out for anything, and they didn't say anything, so I don't care if you do or not. I was just surprised. Man, this will give me such a good shave. I'm going for the full third pass, which I usually don't do. Usually this is just a touch-up pass, but this shave is great. Really, really close and smooth. This could be a new favorite razor. I've always enjoyed it, but I never considered it a favorite. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised at how close that is. I usually don't go in for the BBS like this, but it's so good. I can't believe it. There you go. BBS. Like, there's almost nothing on my face, which is rare. I usually don't push it. I usually do just go for a DFS, whatever, 2-pass and touch up, and I'm done. And again, it just goes to show. 100 years ago, Gillette had it right. Like, this is amazing. And why spend $200, $300 on a razor today when you can go find a vintage razor for 10, 20 bucks and get the same result? This was really one of the best shaves I've had in a long time. Crazy. Witch hazel. My witch hazel of choice is generic. It's cheap. I don't really notice a difference between the generic and the other versions that are more expensive, so I just go with the generic. Clean out my brush real quick. Yeah, I shake them out and I sniff them. Chad and Chris. All right, so mixed up some Tabacaveg. Got my lilac vegetal and tabac. I did actually in this mix is a little bit of tabac aftershave and a little bit of the cologne, just to kind of change up the scent profile a little bit, because the cologne actually does smell different, as I discussed yesterday, than the aftershave. It's a bit more floral, so I thought adding some of the cologne to the mix would kind of help it blend in a little bit more with the lilac vegetal and kind of round out the floral notes from it. So really, really good. Eventually I'll mix up a full bottle of that rather than just using my little whiskey bottle. But really, really good. I think I actually like that a little bit better with the cologne in there. It's definitely a bit more floral, less smoky. That's a pretty good mix. If you like florals, that's something to try with your Tabacaveg, mixing some of the cologne. So that's my shave for today. If you haven't checked us out on theshavingcadre.com, I'm Spider. Check me out, www.theshavingcadre.com. We'll see you guys on the forum. Rock on.